everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jennifer. And today we're going to be playing with the new Lethal Cosmetics Lethal is Dead palette. I also have two of the liners. And this was a collaboration with Theresa is Dead. If you do not know Theresa is Dead or you do not know Lethal Cosmetics and you'd like to find out more, just stay tuned. Hey everybody, so today we're going to be playing with the Lethal is Dead palette. I'm going to pull my hair back. I already have my brows done. I have foundation on. I have the Auric Morganite all over my face, foundation over that. Then I have the Gucci bronzer. We're going to use the Dior Luminizer today in Coral Glow. So you can see that I'm going to use it as like an illuminating blush. And then we will play around with the Lethal is Dead palette. I have two of the cream liners. I have the blue one and the gray one. I did not pick up the like bright green shade. It's just not really my thing. So I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna get it. So anyway, let me tell you a little bit about Lethal Cosmetics and then we'll talk a little bit about Theresa is Dead if you're not familiar with who she is. So this is the Lethal Cosmetics. This is the Lethal is Dead Pressed Powder Palette. There are 9 shades in here. Lethal Cosmetics is out of Berlin. It is a vegan brand and they have beautiful eyeshadows. I have used them before. I have a curated palette that I created, taking off the sticker. And I really love their formula. I think it's excellent. Again, these are pressed powder palette shadows. And they have just a beautiful formula. They work really well. They're very pigmented. The shimmers are gorgeous. The mattes are gorgeous. Really nice. And so I really like the brand. I'll make sure their link is in the description box. Theresa is Dead is a YouTuber like myself, a much bigger YouTuber. And if you are not familiar with her, I will make sure her information is down below as well. I'm swatching the palette. Theresa is more of a mature audience YouTuber, so not suggest putting her channel on if your kids are in the room, unless you're okay with that. But she does use mature language on her channel. She's in New York. My dad was a New Yorker. My dad has since passed away, so that's why I say was a New Yorker. And she kind of reminds me a little bit of my father. He was born in Queens, and if you're familiar with New York, there's a particular New York, sensibility about things. So I really enjoy watching her. I think she does actually a great job with her makeup looks as well. But she's a great storyteller, and always has these really fascinating stories about work. So anyway, when I saw that she was doing a collab, I admit I was going to pick up the collab because I do like Theresa and I wanted to support her channel, but also because I love Lethal Cosmetics. I really do like their formula. I think they do a really good job. And I was like, well, let's try it. Now I will tell you, because you know me, if you've watched my channel, this isn't really my color story. These are much brighter shades than I usually do. I'm your more neutrals, and if I do color, it's usually like a navy or a plum. And I wear a lot of Dior, Chanel, etc. But I thought it would be fun to have something a little bit different and try it out. So these shades are obviously they're shimmery, more glittery. This one here, the same. These are mattes. Yeah, I think these are all mattes, and then these are the shimmer. This yellow one seems more, I don't know if it's glittery, maybe a topper, but we'll try it out and see what we think. It's gonna be different. Okay, let's use the Coral Glow first. This is one of the new Dior Luminizers. My understanding is that these are actually selling out pretty quickly, which I think is interesting. That's the Coral Glow, and I think Coral might actually be sold out right now. I believe Coral pink and rose, maybe. I think those are the 3 shades that I have, actually. And they are, I think, sold out. Could be wrong, so if I'm wrong, you know, but the formula is really good. I really do like the luminizers. I think they are not glittery like the other Dior Backstage. I'm using the new Sonia G Lotus brush. This is the detail brush. If I could actually remember things, I'm gonna use it with this. I'm gonna put this first like a little bit higher, and then we'll kind of blend it out and use it as, it's gonna be an illuminating blush on me because it is all deep for my skin tone. Not really, just, you know, a tiny bit. You'll see. I don't have to explain it to you. You'll see what I'm talking about. I think the formula is very good. I don't think it's glittery. I do think it's a luminizer. I also would tell you though, I mean, I get these questions a lot, like, does it show texture? Yes, it does, because it's, you know, a luminizer. You're talking about a product that is kind of like a highlighter. It refracts light. So if you have very texturized skin, you are going to get, I think, a little bit of that. The only products that I've seen where that doesn't happen at all are ones that are more like cream based, and it's not really, it's more of a sheen, not a highlight. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's more just a wet look. This is going to have particles in it that are going to reflect light, which is how you get that luminosity or glitter if you're getting something with glitter in it. So yeah, there is a little bit of that. But again, I'm 49. I don't think it's bad. And in fact, I think it's good. I've posted on Instagram recently with Adept Cosmetics Kodan palette, which I love, by the way. And I'm wearing the Pink Glow in that, which is the same formula, in natural light. There's texture on my skin because I'm human, but I don't think it's over accentuated by these luminizers. So I think it depends on what you're looking for, but in my opinion, it's luminous, not glittery. But again, everyone has a different standard of what that really means. So I always want to be careful of saying, you know, absolutely, you'll like it. I mean, it really does. Let's go with the purples today, shall we? Or should we do coral? Should we do more of a coral look? Because we did the coral. You know what? Let's do the purples. Why not? So I'm gonna like use these shades here, these two, this one. I'll use this one too. I mean, I'll try to incorporate as many as I can, but I'm not somebody who does, when I do my looks, I don't really tend to do like 9 colors on my eyes. You can, especially if you're gonna do more like, you know, like a wave look. You've probably seen these where you go like this. You can do like ribbons of shades, like, you know, different colors. And that's beautiful. It's just not really, it's not what I wear. So I don't generally do it. First, we're going to use this deep purple. This is Predator. And we're using a BK Beauty 201 brush. This is like a, almost like, it's contour, but it's like a big flat at the top. So you're going to use this when you don't want to have like a lot of, you don't want to be super specific. The one thing I'll also say is these are very pigmented. Do not swirl your brush in these. You can if you want to, but you're going to get a lot of pigment, probably more than you want. If I were you, I would just dip your brush in. But again, you know, do what makes you happy. But you're going to get a lot of pigment, and you're going to have too much on your eye. You're going to be like, oh, I have to wipe that off. So I'm just going to go in and on the outer corner of the eye, I'm going to keep it out there. I'm going to use another matte as I go into the inner part of the eye, and I'm just, you know, kind of swirling this around and keeping it pretty much on that outside. This is a really pretty purple. Kind of reminds me of, okay, no one's gonna know what this is because I'm old, but Grimace from McDonald's. When I was a kid, Ronald McDonald basically had a crew, and Grimace was this purple, I don't exactly know what Grimace was now that I think about it, but he was this purple thing, and he had he always had a milkshake. Again, I don't really know why. But anyway, he was this color. He was this grapey color. Yeah, it's a really pretty purple. I don't know why Grimace came to my mind. Sorry guys, but that's what entered my head, you know? Yeah, my brain. Who knows what's gonna pop up next? Okay, let's use the Hourglass 6 brush. This is a more targeted brush. Sorry, that's still striking me funny. And we're gonna use this lighter purple, almost lavender shade here. Grimace, where did that come from? Wow, okay. And we're just gonna run it through the crease again, but you know, into the inner corner of the eye, and we'll blend it with this deeper purple on the outside. That's beautiful. Like that's, I'm just going back in and dipping it in. I prefer, like I said, these are pigmented, so I'm trying not to put too much on my brush at first. Both these brushes that I've used, by the way, are vegan brushes. This is a vegan brand. Sticking with that, so I'm using vegan brushes or synthetic brushes to put on this palette. Wow, that's super pretty. And then I'm just blending it out into that outer shade. And you can mix all these shades. I mean, again, lots of people do. I've seen like the wave look that I'm talking about. You basically put on like a thin layer of one shade, a thin layer of another shade, then, you know, and build it. It's just not a look that I really do. Nothing wrong with it. It's just, it's not really me. So, you know, that's why I don't tend to mix different, like I'll do shades that are complementary, or I'll do shades that contrast. So like a brown and a blue, or a yellow and blue too. I'll do that because there's a contrast there and they actually look nice together. There are certain shades that really do work together, even though they don't, you know, they're not in the same color story. But for me, I would not take this shade and mix it with this shade. I just don't do that. Tons of people do though. Lots of channels, I promise. All right, so we're gonna take this shade, which is called, by the way, Vengeful Spirit. So the first one was Predator. The second one was Watery Grave. This is Vengeful Spirit. Love the names. And we're gonna take that. We're gonna put it right there on the edge, on the eyelid, and we'll put it in the inner corner as well. This is more of a like magenta-y type purple, I guess. It's still purple, but I don't have any fallout. Again, though, I am going in lightly with my brush. You know, I dip it in, and then if I want more, I go back into the palette to get more. I'm not loading up my brush in the beginning because, like I said, these are very pigmented. And if you want to do that, you can, but I think you're going to find it's going to be too much. It's be too much. All right. We're going to take Spellbound, which is this purple shade. And I'm going to use Katie Jane Hughes brush, if I can find it. Actually, I'll take an Hourglass brush because I can't find the brush I'm looking for. This is a number 3 brush. I like the Hourglass brushes very much. If you're looking for a good synthetic set, these are excellent. They are very expensive. Like for synthetic, they are very expensive, but they are very good. And I've actually been thinking about picking up the entire set. It's like $700 or something, which, you know, for a natural hair brush is actually not a ton of money, but for a synthetic set is expensive. So I'm gonna do that. They have these sets at Christmas that, they have them at different times of the year. I shouldn't just say Christmas, but I've noticed them at Christmas. And they have like a full set. I think it's like $700 or something like that. But I think I am gonna pick them up because I actually do find myself reaching for the Hourglass brushes quite often. And I have excellent brushes, so, you know, a lot of different kinds. If I find myself reaching for something repeatedly, I'm probably doing it for a reason. So I think they're very good brushes. Okay, that's a stunning look. Let me take the Wayne Goss 03. I'm just gonna kind of buff this in a little. And the secret to buffing, in my opinion, is that you want to decide like how, you know, good shades, and I've said this a million times, Good shades will not blend all into each other. However, if you over blend, I don't care how good the shades are, if you just keep blending it, yes, they will eventually. You want to blend to the extent that everything looks seamless. You don't want to blend it all into one shade. So use a very soft brush. That's my suggestion to you. Just to get, you know, a seamless look, but not all one shade. If you use a really dense brush and you blend enough, I mean, you're gonna blend it into nothingness. Well, not nothingness. If it's a bad shadow, it will become nothing. But if it's a good shadow, you'll just kind of, you'll create a new color. Okay, that looks beautiful. Now I'm gonna take that yellow shade. This was straight to VHS, which I think is an interesting, and I'm just gonna use my finger. Just putting it on like literally the center of the eye. I'm gonna kind of spread it out a little bit and kind of use it like a topper almost. Yeah, love that. Okay, and I'll take a little bit of it. I need a small brush. I'll use one of the Katie Jane Hughes for that. You ever do that? You're like, I can't find, I have so many brushes now. I have so many brushes now that I can't find things. I'm gonna go in with that same straight to VHS, and I'm just gonna put like a little up here to give it some lightness. I'm doing it like a very, like, guys, I'm just not even, like, I'm barely touching the pan. I'm just like, geez. And then I'm gonna take that and put it in the inner corner with my inner corner brush. And then I'm gonna take that same shade, use it as an inner corner highlight, but I'm gonna go in much more deliberate. I'm not gonna spread it out. I'm just gonna concentrate. Concentrate, that's what I'm looking for in this little area. Oh, it's really pretty. Okay, sorry, I'm very excited. All right, let me bring you in close so you can see the look, and then we'll try out the liner. You can see how that inner corner, like that shade straight to VHS is shiny. Okay, so liners. The two shades that I bought are Entity and Spectre. All right, so let me show you these shades. And I think today, maybe I'll use Spectre. I'm gonna use a Katie Jane Hughes brush. Why can't I speak? Katie Jane Hughes brush again. It's number 22. It's a very thin liner brush. Let me show you Spectre. Wow, that went on really easily. That's impressive. I have not used the Lethal Cosmetics liner before, so okay. And then, oh wow, that's really smooth. Jeez. And that's Entity. Spectre and Entity. Look how easy, I mean, that's impressive. Wow, all right. Let's use the blue. Let's use the Spectre. You don't need much. Now, the reason I don't usually use, like, they come in little pots. I'm sorry, I didn't really show you that. They come in these little pots. And the reason I don't use this type of liner, really most of the time, is patience. Like, I just don't have the patience to line my eyes. But let's try it and see how this works. Because this is such a tiny brush, I feel like I could probably make this work. And these go on, wow, they go on so easily. Guys, I gotta say, like, if you're worried about, like, not being able to make a line, you're not gonna have a problem. Super easy to use. Very pigmented. Goes on beautifully. I'm pulling my eye a little, not because of the product, but because of my eyes. I have an older eye. Don't pull at your line. Don't pull at your eyes. Don't do what I do. Do what I say. No, but I mean, you really shouldn't pull at the skin of your eyes, but there does come a point in everyone's life, like your eyes, all of your skin loses some elasticity. So to get a straight line, I have to pull at it a little bit. I will say this. it's not coming off. Wow, that's impressive. Okay. All right, so love the liner. Liner is super smooth and doesn't seem to budge, which is nice. I have a video coming up with Chantecaille, a live actually, not a video. I have a live coming up with Chantecaille, and I'm gonna talk about products that are great for the summer. I'm gonna talk about other things as well because it's gonna be part putting together a list for Sylvie's sale. But one of the things I'm gonna talk about is things that are great for the summer that don't budge. This liner, this would fall into that because this sucker's not moving. All right, so I'm gonna take the Predator shade, that first shade, and we're gonna use that as a liner. Why can't I find my brushes today? Here we go. Katie Jane Hughes, number 21. And I will clean that with some Cinema Secrets here really quickly. All right. You know what, I'll actually use a different shade. Let's just go out a little bit and use this green shade. This is Creature Feature. Well, that's a pretty shade. You know me, I love greens and blues, so. Can't wait to play with that shade, that's beautiful. So let me curl my lashes, put on some mascara, and we'll be right back. Okay, so final look, put on a little bit of mascara. I just think it's really beautiful. The shades are stunning. It's definitely outside of my normal, usual comfort zone, but I do think it's a really pretty look. I think the shades in here perform extremely well. The formula Lethal Cosmetics is excellent. Now, my understanding about this particular palette is it's sold out. I think there's a pre-order, maybe not, I'm not sure. So if you are interested in this one, check out I'll put it down below. I'll check it out and tell you if there's a pre-order available. But I am thrilled to have it. I, again, really enjoy Lethal Cosmetics formula. I enjoy Theresa's channel, and I'm glad I picked it up. Again, it is outside my normal shades, but that's the fun part of makeup. You can do something a little bit different. So I'm really excited to have this. That yellow shade, the Straight to VHS, that is a serious, it's a serious shimmer there. So that one's gonna be really interesting to play with some other palettes. And I tried 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shades, 6 of the 9 shades. The only shades I didn't use were the Final Girl, which is this one, Body Snatchers, which is this one, and then this one is Ancient Evil. So those 3 are the only 3 I didn't use. But I'm looking forward to trying them. Like this Ancient Evil one, and I know I swatched them before, but look at how pretty that is. It's just a really pretty shade. Let's put it on over all of the liners that are still there. Yeah, I mean, that's just I think that's a really pretty shade. So I'm looking forward to trying that one on the eye. I think that's gonna be really nice. It's like a gorgeous rosy gold. Really pretty. Anyway, so I love the look that I came out with. I think it is definitely more colorful than I usually do, but again, I think that's kind of the point. And I think the liner is amazing. If you are in the market if you like these types of liners, like the potted gel liners, this one's really good. This is Spectre that I have that I put on my upper lash line. It just went on so well and so easily, and it doesn't move because it's still on my hand and I don't have it off yet. Yeah, it looks great. Okay, so that's the Theresa's Dead, and then this is the Coral Glow that I have on my face as a illuminating blush. If you are a deeper skin tone, absolutely will work as an illuminator, as an illuminizer, but on me, I use it as an illuminating blush because It's a little bit deeper. I have the auric on underneath all of everything, and I'm loving it in Morganite. And I'll have all the details of everything else that I used on my face in the description box below. Thanks so much for joining me today, guys. I really do appreciate it. And I hope to see you in another video really soon. Bye.